Two of the most feared bounty hunters in the Transformers universe. One, a ruthless, cold-blooded assassin hunting for the Creator's command. The other, a monstrous reaper of worlds, absorbing the sparks of his enemies. But between Lockdown and Scourge, who is the most powerful? Let's break it down. First up, Lockdown. This cybernetic bounty hunter doesn't fight for the Autobots or the Decepticons. He serves the Creators. Unlike the Autobots and Decepticons, he isn't loyal to either side. Instead, he works for mysterious entities, likely the Creators, hunting down targets across the galaxy. His mission? Retrieve Optimus Prime and restore order to the Transformers race. He views factions as childish and believes Cybertronians should serve a greater cause. With a vast array of weapons and a ship filled with some of the deadliest creatures in the galaxy, Lockdown is more than just an assassin. He's a one-man army. On the other hand, Scourge is a different kind of monster. Unlike Lockdown, who operates on skill and precision, Scourge is a force of destruction. His blade is infused with dark energy, allowing him to corrupt his enemies. He is physically stronger than most Cybertronians and can absorb the sparks and insignias of fallen enemies, making him more powerful with each kill. Unlike Lockdown, Scourge also has a terrifying regenerative ability, allowing him to endure insane amounts of damage. As the terrifying right hand of Unicron, he hunts down enemies, rips off their insignias, and absorbs their energy into his own body, making him stronger with each battle. Now let's talk about power levels. Who would win in a head-to-head fight? Lockdown is highly skilled in close combat and ranged attacks. His face turns into a gun, allowing him to take precise shots at enemies from a distance. He also wields bladed weapons for melee fights and has magnetic grenades to trap his opponents. He's fought and captured Optimus Prime, which says a lot about his combat abilities. But Scourge fights on a different level. He's physically larger, stronger, and has a regenerative ability thanks to Unicron's dark energy. His claw-like hands can drain the life force from enemies, making him even stronger after every kill. Not to mention, he wields a huge blade that can slice through Autobots like butter. Lockdown isn't just about raw power, he's a strategist. He doesn't engage in unnecessary fights unless there's a bounty to claim. His stealth skills and advanced technology allow him to escape even the deadliest situations. But if needed, he can go toe-to-toe with the strongest warriors. Scourge, however, is built for survival. Even when he takes heavy damage, his Unicron-enhanced body keeps him going. He can withstand multiple blows from Optimus Prime and the Maximals and still come back stronger. Unlike Lockdown, Scourge enjoys tormenting his enemies, proving his brutal nature. Both Lockdown and Scourge are elite fighters, but they have very different styles. Lockdown is all about precision and strategy. He analyzes his enemies, uses his advanced tech to gain the upper hand, and never fights without a plan. His patience makes him one of the most efficient hunters in the Transformers universe. But no Transformer is invincible, so what are their weaknesses? No warrior is without weaknesses. Lockdown, despite his intelligence and skill, is still vulnerable to surprise attacks. When Optimus Prime teamed up with Cade Yeager and Bumblebee, Lockdown was caught off guard and ultimately defeated. His reliance on gadgets and his ship also means that without them, he is at a disadvantage. Lockdown's downfall? Overconfidence. He underestimated the bond between humans and Autobots, which ultimately led to his defeat. Despite all his skill, he failed to predict the unpredictable, human intervention. Scourge's greatest weakness? Blind loyalty. He was so devoted to Unicron that he didn't think for himself, leading to his downfall. Unlike Lockdown, who had full control over his actions, Scourge was simply a pawn, a powerful one, but still a pawn. If we're talking about intelligence, tech, and strategy, Lockdown takes the win. He is a professional hunter, tracking down his prey with precision. But if we're talking about sheer brutality and raw power, Scourge dominates. His connection to Unicron gives him near godlike strength. Scourge, on the other hand, suffers from arrogance. He underestimates his opponents, which led to his downfall when Optimus Prime, Noah, and the Maximals fought together to take him down. While he is powerful, he isn't invincible. Teamwork and strategy prove to be his undoing. So, who wins this battle? It depends on the situation. In a one-on-one fight, Scourge's brute strength and ability to absorb sparks make him incredibly difficult to beat. But if Lockdown has access to his ship and drones, he can outmaneuver Scourge and strike from a distance. Lockdown's biggest flaw? Overconfidence. He underestimated Optimus Prime and got taken out by a surprise attack from Cade Yeager and Bumblebee. While he's highly skilled, he lacks raw durability compared to Scourge. If he's caught off guard, he can be defeated quickly. Scourge, on the other hand, suffers from over-reliance on Unicron's power. Without Unicron's energy, his abilities weaken. Plus, once the Maximals and Autobots figured out his patterns, they overpowered him. Unlike Lockdown, Scourge doesn't fight with much strategy. He just overwhelms enemies with brute force. So, who is more powerful? If we compare skill, precision, and strategy, Lockdown takes the edge. But if we're looking at raw power, durability, and brutal combat, Scourge dominates. If they ever faced off, Lockdown would try to outmaneuver Scourge, using his advanced weapons and stealth tactics. But if Scourge ever got close enough to drain Lockdown's energy, it would be game over. So, while Lockdown is the more skilled fighter, Scourge is the more unstoppable force. So, what do you think? Does Scourge's overwhelming power make him the ultimate hunter, or does Lockdown's skill and precision give him the edge? Lockdown or Scourge? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic Transformers content.